Well, as most of you know, over the past, we'll say 6 months to a year, Sharon has transformed a little bit. It has become a town that is a destination, of course, always with the Sharon Playhouse. But now several things have been added on West Main Street and in the Sharon Shopping Center, and it is now a destination town for people to come and do things in, along with the art galleries and art shows that are being held. One of the first changes, the first people to do that change, to invest in bringing business to Sharon, is the Edward Wine Bar, which is located right across the street from J.P. Gifford's, the firehouse here in Sharon. And with us we have one of the co-owners, Brian Abut. Brian, nice to speak to you today.
Hi, Marshall.
You know, really, you should be proud. You're one of the forerunner businesses that really have started to turn around the business district in Sharon by bringing something in, that people can do in the evening into Sharon on a Thursday through Sunday basis with the Edward Wine Bar. What was the original premise of the bar? Just exactly what it's turned into, or has it developed a little differently than you thought?
Well, I think it develops daily, but we realized that Sharon had a need. Tracy and I were big wine fans and beer fans, and we thought that Sharon would be a perfect fit to open up a wine bar. We originally wanted to do it in New York City, but of course, costs are prohibitive. So Sharon made it easy, and we've really enjoyed, meeting people in the community.
Well, I think what's great about what you've done is that not only do you get weekenders who are from New York and other large cities, but also an experience now for local people. I mean, you remember years ago, I used to go with my brother in Pittsburgh to a wine bar. It's a whole different atmosphere, always much more intimate, even if you're in a big city, than going out to a nightclub or something like that. It really is a total different experience, and it's an experience that can be had by locals as well as people on the weekend. It's not an expensive proposition. It's not an expensive night out.
Exactly.
I think that premise is great. Well, so now you're open Thursdays, Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday. What I want to talk about is an event you have coming up, which is coming up on October 13th, and that is called Wine 101.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have music with that. It starts at 5 o'clock and goes to 6:30. Let's talk about Wine 101, exactly what that is and what will happen at the Edward on that date.
Well, first I'd like to say that, if opening a wine bar was a continuing education for us as well. We wanted to learn more, and we have our staff on hand that day to learn more about wine. Our distributor, Kat Patterson from Missing Link Wine Company, is coming in. She's a certified teacher in wine and winemaking, and she'll be talking about winemaking, different regions, old and new world wines. It'll be pretty interesting. It's only an hour and a half. Start your Saturday night off. And these educational things are always very interesting and well received.
We're speaking right now, once again, with Brian Abut from the Edward Wine Bar in Sharon, Wine 101, which is coming up on October 13th. And I think what's pretty interesting about this is I've seen some people are scared about the potential about learning about wine, but it really is a very simple premise. And when you have somebody, obviously, that knows what they're doing to present it to you, you're going to have a course on that evening, which includes 5 wines and includes meat and cheese boards as nibbles. And what's great about that is that that's where people, I think, will get comfortable learning what wines are best paired to go with food.
Right. We wanted to make sure that we are a wine bar, but we want to make sure that everybody feels welcome here. So we have wine, we have beer, and again, it's a continuing education for Tracy and me, my wife. Wine is, you can never finish learning about it. So I think it'll be pretty interesting, and I think Tracy and me will learn some things as well.
Yeah, I think more people get adapted and learn about wine. Once again, they'll feel more comfortable and know what to order. The best. Well, it's not a solid, steadfast rule, because I know I don't always follow the rules. But what wines pair best with everything else, and also, I think what's great about the Edward is, damn it, it's just a nice place to relax.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Marshall.
No, really. I mean, you can get together with people, spend an hour and a half, 2 hours at the end of the day, and just separate your actual heavy work day from going into evening, which is, I think, a component we as Americans lose. There's an old saying that in Europe, they work to live, and in America, unfortunately, we live to work.
Right.
And I think a place like yours really helps accentuate that, there's more to life than just working. You can settle down and go into your evening. So now people can register for Wine 101 at your website?
Yeah, if you go to the events link right at the top of our website, it'll bring you to an Eventbrite, and you'll be able to buy tickets there.
All right. And the website address is theedwardct.com. theedwardct.com. When you get there, just scroll down a little bit. You'll see Wine 101. Click on that, and you can go to that event, get your tickets. Are you planning more things like this in the future? Because it sounds like as people around here learn, you're going to learn as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we're learning a lot now about. We have a South African vendor that we're using right now who they have representatives local to here. So I think in the future you'll be seeing. We'll be focusing on certain regions, Old and New World. So I think we'll see, Rhone Valley, Loire Valley, South African, Sonoma, Oregon. I think it'll be pretty interesting. We'll be able to pretty much hone down into one given region, something that, if you're not familiar with that region, we can open that up.
Now, I want to also talk before we end this interview about your menu, because along with the wines, you do have small plates that you offer.
Right. So we're sort of like a tapas bar. We do have some other things available, other items, but our flatbreads are pretty popular. We've got plain margarita flatbread and caramelized onions, figs, anchovies, whatever you prefer. We're going to do a kind of create-your-own flatbread. And, of course, we've got other bites such as deviled eggs, bacon-wrapped dates, and pinchos, which is sort of like a Spanish tapas.
Well, like I said, it sounds like a great place for people to go and mingle at and have some fun at. And also, once again, I just want to hit on this, the Wine 101, which is coming up at the Edward and Sharon on October 13th. Once again, to get tickets, it's pretty simple. Just go to theedwardct.com. Click on that link, and you'll be able to get tickets there. And I know we're heading into the fall and winter, but instead of lounging around maybe outside on the porch, because the inside at the Edward, people can get nice and comfy in the wintertime with a glass of wine and some of your small plates.
Yeah, and our new room has a working fireplace in it, so the Snug, we're calling it. It's a little more loungy, more of a lounge experience, and it's available for private events as well.
All right. Well, that is the Edward, of course, right here in Sharon, Connecticut. Once again, on the web, theedwardct.com. Brian, thanks for taking a few minutes and joining us.
Thank you, Marshall.